All right, today we're going to talk about how to organize a construction company. So that's a deep topic, a lot of things to think about. But what I'd like to see you think about is, how do you want your team to be organized and structured? Who reports to who? And what each person's must-do job descriptions, accountabilities, responsibilities, deadlines are. So when we think about it, most of us, when we first start, we hire one or two assistants or maybe a junior or whatever, and then we get a little bigger, and then we need more, and then we need more. We end up with kind of a mishmash of an org chart that doesn't really work. What we want to start thinking about, depending on what size you are and where you are, if you're at 5 million, we need to be thinking about you at 10 to 15 million in sales. If you're at 1 or 2 million, let's think about you at 5 to 10 million, etc. If you're at 40 million in sales, what do I have to do to get 60 million? I have several clients that I've worked with for years that started out at 20 million. Now they're well over 100 million in sales and profit through the roof. I've got other clients I started at 2 million that are now pushing 10 million. And so they have to rethink their organization, how they're going to organize. So the first thing I want you to make as a goal is to build capacity. Capacity means you're hiring pros who can do more than just the minimum for the current job. Think about your job as bigger. You're going to get bigger jobs, a more sophisticated job, higher margin jobs that require more technical skills. And then we need to know every position I'm going to need to run my business. And if it's not assigned to someone, guess what? It's either not happening or it's on your plate, which means that you never get around to it. One of the things I noticed, kind of an example, who's in charge of making sure the website's updated? Nobody, which means it never gets done. And you go, oh yeah, I need to do that. Who's in charge of taking your customers to lunch? Yeah, I know I need to do that, I just never do it. Well, nobody's assigned. Your name's in there, it's just not happening. So as we grow, we got to think about the future. Who should be in each box? So let's think about drafting an org chart. So we want to start with the basic org chart. You know, just a simple bar chart. So we've got the boss up here, the owner, the president, owner, president. And then we've got the win work, sales, whatever you want to call it. Then we've got the estimating. We got a price work. Then we got to do work. So that's your operations. That's your general manager of field and construction, do work. Then what? We've got talent and we've got people. And then lastly, we've got money, finance. So that's basically, we want to break it. Oh, last but not least, don't forget wealth building. This is the one that never gets filled in. Wealth building. We want to make sure we have a wealth building program. So if it's not on our chart, it never happens. So I know it's not a very pretty chart. I got a complete org chart workbook we're going to offer you later at the end of the program. I've got all these positions and all these job descriptions available for you. So under the do work, that's the person in charge of all construction operations. So that person has people under them. It's got project managers, and it might have a general superintendent, a field general superintendent, and then under the super might be superintendents who might have foreman. And under the project manager, you might have a superintendent. Under the self-perform, you might have foreman. So however you're organized, if you do self-perform work, we need to run that like a separate little department or big department. And then, of course, in accounting, under talent, we need training, HR, recruiting, all those kinds of things. Sales, customer development, actual sales calls, marketing, website. Under estimating, we've got to bid jobs and price jobs and make proposals, right? And turn it over to sales to win work. So let me ask you a question. Who's your number one sales? Number one sales, who is it? It's you! You're the salesperson. It's not your estimator. Your estimator, they're number experts. They're people who focus on accuracy and numbers. They're generally not built to sell. They're built to calculate. Somebody, it's usually the owner. And so most companies I see that are growing get to about 40 million in sales until the owner is not the sales manager, the business development, the customer development manager. So what I want you to think about, you have to take this role. Even though maybe you don't want to, it's your strength. People want to deal with the owner. If I'm going to hire your company, whether it's general or a sub, I want to hire somebody I know, like, and trust. It's usually the owner. Yeah, I know I'm going to have project managers and superintendents, but I really want to know who's behind the scenes. That if I have a problem, I need some help, I got somebody to call. And that, of course, is the owner or the president, whatever you want to call that, right? So generally, owners stay involved with sales and estimating until they're quite big. I got up to 50 million in sales 20 years ago, which translates to about 200 million in today's numbers. And I was chief estimator. I checked all the bids, and I was #1 sales guy. I had a couple guys working for me to help me a little bit, generate leads, but I was the closer, I was the presenter. So generally the owner is involved in get work, getting price work. So that leaves construction operations and accounting and admin and HR for somebody else. So I worked real hard to find a really good estimator so I didn't have to do the estimating, the takeoffs and the pricing, and call subs and suppliers. Then I needed to get a really good construction. So I started by hiring a project manager, really good one, somebody who could run my company at, maybe it costs $100,000+ a year, $100,000 a year plus. And then from there, he could move up to construction operations and have the PMs report to him. And then we have a general superintendent who runs the field with all the supers in the field. So I would hire maybe a superintendent and promote him to general superintendent, or maybe I promote my foreman to super, my superintendent to general superintendent. Now over in accounting, my first hire, I need to hire a pro who can run a $30 million company if I'm at 10 and do all the accounting. I want to pay extra to get capacity to grow. So if I hire a pro to be my full charge accounting manager, then we can hire clerks, assistants, payables, receivables people who can do the work. But I've got a partner in my crime, my business. This is my management team level. I've got somebody now. I don't have to hire a junior bookkeeper who used to work at a donut shop or a hair salon running their books, doing payroll. I need someone who knows construction. So I want to hire a pro. And if I hire a project manager that I want to move up to VP someday, I want to hire somebody who's run bigger jobs and can run multiple jobs and really is good. So I want to hire top dollar at this level that can move in up here potentially. Or I want to hire great superintendents that can become a general superintendent and manage multiple crews. So that's what I want to do. I want to have a good org chart. So then what we're going to do is design a function chart with all the functions we need to run the business. So way down here under sales, way down here, I got a box that says website. Oops, website. I need to put somebody's name in that box. Otherwise it never gets done. I got another one that says create presentations. I got to put somebody's name in that. I got someone over here, I have a training a box. I need to have someone who's going to manage the training. Not do it, but manage it. I have to have someone in a construction, like a project administrator, who's really good, can be my systems coordinator. So as I start developing systems, they can computerize them, they can technology them, they can put a system in. They don't have to know how to do them. They just have to know how to manage them. So that's what I want you to think about. Design all the functions, and then we assign names and we put them into boxes. So for each person, we need to create clear job descriptions of where to start. So a job description would include clear guidelines, what the role entails, what's expected. I can't hold somebody accountable to do something unless they're real clear on the guidelines and what's expected, by when. And then I can assign accountabilities and responsibilities. So let's just take a job superintendent for a general contract. Job superintendent's job is a what? On time, safe, quality. Those are the three biggies. Maybe there's more. They're accountable for safety, no accidents. They're accountable for on time. They're accountable for quality, no punch list. Okay, what are some things I can do, responsibilities now, to make sure that happens? We do an update of the schedule every week. That's an activity that has to happen. We do a job walk every week. That's an activity. We do a subcontractor meeting weekly. That's an activity. So those are things that are going to be their tasks, activities, or responsibilities. So we've got their goals and accountabilities and then their responsibilities. Okay, so I want you to think about your role is really simple. Do it yourself. Sit down with somebody like me who can help you. create your org chart for future growth. So I want you a current org chart and a future org chart. Then I want you to start thinking about who we're going to assign to what. And if there's no name in there, it's not going to happen, but you need them all. And then, of course, we're going to look at a hiring plan. What do I need to hire next? And who do I need to replace or train? That's the key. Okay, so I have a special handout I've created just for you, a workbook, and it's got detailed job descriptions for every position. I have our contractor flow chart, how we're going to run this through the company. And of course, I have a sample org chart. So if you're interested in receiving that, download constructionjobdescriptions.com, and it will include contractor flow chart. I've also got a website called contractorflowchart.com. Either one, you're going to get the flow chart and all the org chart and the job descriptions, okay? And if I can help you, that'd be great. And you're also going to get a link to download the first chapter of my book, Turn Your Construction Business into a Profit-Making Machine. All right, thanks for being here today. Hope you learned something and hope you're going to go make it happen.